Could I ask you something, Trevor?
Yeah.
What was your highlight of the 90s?
The 90s?
Yeah, man.
The Pokemon craze.
Trevor was real into trading cards. That's not yours. He told me he wanted to stay sharp today. What'd you say?
I just want to be wired because I have to work later.
Wired.
I remember the Matt McCarthy one. That was a really good one, but I went to work directly after, and I think the one with Max as well. I went to work directly after, but I remember both. I was very tired. So
you're trying to say wired instead of tired?
I'm trying to stay wired, and I feel like I want to be wired because I'm pretty tired.
Yeah. We're here in studio.
In Southport.
We moved back.
Okay. I didn't want to reveal it, but...
He didn't want to, but he did within a couple minutes. He brought it up. I was just going to say we're in studio. Well, because a lot of people we're getting a lot of new traction. A lot of people don't even know the Southport gag, you know? It was a gag the whole time.
Yeah.
This is all... we're kind of fraud. You know, it's fraudulent. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is pretty fraudulent.
We're kind of just making this whole thing up. So we're just making fun of things, you know, pretending Trevor's racist.
Yeah. It's fun to pretend.
When he's really homophobic.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes it's...
And we're not...
Sometimes
I'm not
comfortable
comfortable
sides.
giving him that cover anymore. I'm not comfortable being part of it. You know? We led everyone to believe Trevor's racist. The whole time he's homophobic. Trevor had a trip.
Yeah. I went to Dallas, Texas.
What's going on right now, man? Is there something in the air? Do you think there's something in the air?
I think there's something in the air. I mean,
you were sneezing, you were coughing. You're a mess.
Yeah, I am a mess. I'm a bit of a mess, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I don't like that I got a lot of shit to do this week, man. But
You think you're going to get it done?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll let anyone down? You got a big show coming up, right?
A couple. It's not big.
Well, it's a show.
Yeah. Everything's a show.
You don't think everything's big? You don't think these opportunities in life?
I think these are great opportunities in life.
Not that great, though, right?
Yeah, they're worth it. Yeah. Trying to get back in a routine.
Yeah. Hit the library.
Hit the library. I was gonna say hit the gym, but
hit the gym. Well, you got a little knowledge would help too. You know.
Yeah, hit the books maybe.
Maybe a big gym guy.
Nope.
Trevor's a big gym head. He's a gym nut.
No, I'm actually a sneakerhead.
Sneakerhead, really?
Yeah.
You got any good pairs?
Good pairs.
Top
of what?
pair, man.
Top
sneaker?
What do you mean?
What are you sneaking around, or you?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, that's. All right, top. What are you doing?
I'm looking for coins on the ground.
Coins.
Yeah. Unclaimed coins.
You have to collect so many, and then the coins start. You know, it takes a cut.
Yeah, but they don't show up on taxes.
Do you roll them yourself into those?
Yeah, I roll myself.
That's what's up, man. Whoa. God. Where's the energy today, Trevor?
I don't know. I told you I've been dealing with this Firewire, and it's like I haven't been able to edit videos, and that's what's been getting.
He's trying to edit videos and can't.
I can't get back in my groove.
He's got this shitty laptop. It's no good, and he spent $80 on it.
Yep.
And then, I mean, he's 3 months into this thing. Best case scenario, he can, get videos from the camera a little easier.
No, not
this is
easy.
an analog
It'll look
problem.
Better.
You
It'll
know?
look better. Yeah, it is. It's actually more of a digital problem than anything because computers are impossible. You have to download 3 things for one thing to work, and you can't even download half of them.
Right. So you just want one app.
Yeah.
We should do that instead of this nonsense we're doing. You know. Let's make an app.
Yeah, I don't know. An app?
Yeah.
I don't want to make an app. Like
You
an
don't do
appetizer?
it. No, not a. That could be good too.
That sounds more fun.
We should look into that.
Yeah.
But an app, something everyone can use, you know?
Okay.
We'll get some people to work on it, and they'll be, willing to work for a little bit of money. You can't find his coffee. This man, he's wired, but not enough to know where his things are, his belongings.
I'm not even halfway done.
He's not even halfway done.
I'm ready to go.
Any Christmas plans coming up?
That's why I wanted the coffee, because...
Any big holiday plans coming?
No, I don't.
Why? No, you don't think time with family is important?
I just spent time with family. But yeah.
So?
Maybe I'll see my mom on her birthday.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm a busy guy.
You're a busy guy. You'll pop in.
I'll be in and out.
Tell her, yeah, you'll pop in. You'll be there for a second.
Yeah. I almost popped in today because my boss's dad died. My old boss's dad.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He was always around. I worked at this restaurant every weekend in high school, and that old man was always around. And he was funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's not so funny now, huh?
Yeah, he drank
Nothing
a lot.
funny about that.
Drank a lot of the booze, the hooch.
See, that's fucked up. You die, and that's all they got to... Oh, he drank a lot, Can't be too...
But he was like a
can't be
legend.
too-
He was a legend.
Yeah. Oh, he's a legend, though, Oh, definitely a legend, yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm sure he was a legend.
Called him Pops.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever, man.
What happened? So Pops is gone.
Yes, rest in peace. I was pretty... I mean, he was on his way out, but it's always sad to know. Yeah. It was sad to find out.
What do you hope when you die, people are say about you?
He made a lot of videos. That could be that's the very least. That's
like,
all I can ask for.
That's like
not
a couple
lot.
of years later. I'm saying like right when you die. Will they be like, oh, or will they be like, yeah, he was kind of dumb? Because that's kind of what you're doing to this guy. You're like, huh? Drank a lot. He was on his way out. Maybe he thought he was in his glory days.
Yeah.
What if he got ripped from that? You never get to ask.
Know, dude.
You never get to ask. Trevor.
I'm not saying he had he never really had the best reputation. It was more like...
What about the holidays, though? He was there.
Happy holidays.
You know?
What do you mean? You mean like
He made
around
the
Christmas
effort,
time?
yes.
And he provided? I'm not even sure about that, man.
No?
I don't know.
He had a presence,
Dude, he
had a presence.
He raised kids that ended up robbing banks, So like I don't...
That's fun, though. That's fun.
In Toledo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the scary thing about having a kid. It's not that one is going to, become a bank robber. That's fun.
Yeah.
Especially they might get away with it. It's that, they're going to work at H&R Block.
Or a restaurant.
Yeah, a restaurant's kind of fun. At least you're moving around.
Not unless he owns the restaurant and invested in it.
You're saying it's important to have a stake in what you're doing. If you're there anyways,
I think it's important to put your foot down and have a stake on anything.
Now, where your stakes lie? Where's your feet planted? You got your roots down?
Not quite.
So, what's the future, huh? Episode 21 is going to be Trevor Hawk. We're going to do our introduction, and then you're going to sit over there.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it.
We'll get into it.
Because people need to know the stuff you're hiding.
21.
21, that's coming up. God, good times. Were those good times for you?
The Vine times?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were beloved times.
Beloved times.
Back then, I was thinking like, man, I miss the beloved times.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
God, that's sad, huh? It's never good.
Never good.
And then you're like, well, I'll just,
I'll just look at Vine. That's really good. King Batch, man, he's funny. He's
wow,
funny a
I
lot.
forgot about that guy.
Yeah, but that backflip though,
Right.
I said that the other day.
Is.
You don't know that.
Nowadays, we're pulling up a Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the time. But
We got plenty of time. Who's on today?
We got Isaac Rowe. He's with 2 sticks. This guy, you wouldn't believe what he can do. Oh, pull this up, please. Well, I mean, we had some real momentum going, and then it took a somber turn because now we're all thinking about
Vine.
Back then, it was all fun.
Yeah,
it went
and
from
I'm
like shitty cameras and like slow internet to just
Vine.
now you're on the Vine.
Yeah.
Everyone's vining.
Yeah.
A lot of these old people are just not dying.
Yeah, my grandparents are still kicking. My grandparents are they're in their 80s and they had COVID and
In many ways, this is great.
Yeah, but they're alive still.
I know.
Yeah,
It's great.
in many ways this is great.
Yeah. And then there's the other ways, and it's like,
Oh, I'm happy they're around.
yes, of course. But when are we? I'd like to swoop up some real estate, maybe a couple acres. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Why are you subbed to Ali A? You big Ali A guy?
We're cutting this whole Allier segment. I turned on notifications 6 years ago, and now I can't.
Man.
Now I can't shake the Allier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty, man.
Call of Duty? Yeah. You like that game?
Zombies.
I had friends playing it in elementary school, and I wasn't allowed to play it.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to play it for a while.
Yeah.
They kept it from me,
Yeah.
which really made it. I wasn't thinking about it that much.
Yeah. Neither was I. Not like them.
They're like, "Hey, it's not real."
Well, I was I was just never interested in it. I was just like, what's so fun about killing people? And then I remember my friend who's
Then
like,
you got it.
He was no, I never got it at that age. But my friend was 9. Was like, you know what's awesome about it? You can have kill streaks. You can just kill people, and the numbers just keep racking up.
It's pretty good. It's pretty.
And I was
What's
like,
he doing?
Oof. You know those Instagram accounts that are that you submit pictures of yourself with your friends drinking, and it's to a collection of a bunch of other
Yeah.
college, they do that sort of thing.
They run the account.
Well, they're the type of people who participate in that.
You making a gross assumption about them?
Yeah, because
What, do you think
it's like college culture.
You think they're lesser than you?
I think they're buffoons.
Buffoonery is not your kind of thing. You're a serious guy,
No, I do a little bit of buffoonery.
but you're pretty serious. You're a pretty
Yeah.
serious guy, huh?
I think everything's a joke.
Everything? I saw someone get stabbed. What's your spin?
I read something about that. Someone was really angry.
Yeah. You got to work things out some way, right? Right, Trevor?
Yeah, I don't.
What day is it? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Hump day.
Right.
God.
What?
This thing is a mess,
Yeah, I know, man.
This whole program.
Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't been on a vacation in so long.
Yes.
I'm always just doing shit. And I'm just kind of playing catch up.
You can't get into the swing of it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and if I was able to edit videos, that would help. I haven't been able to. I've been in the. It's been hard.
You've been in the dumps?
No.
Mentally, you're just
I
torn
just
up
want
over
to edit
this?
these videos, man.
Yeah. You got to get them out?
I'm hoping I'm going to upload every day in July.
Every day in July?
One video every day in July.
Are you going to run out eventually, though, right?
Yeah.
You're
By the end of July. I should.
Trevor's doing like a daily vlog kind of thing.
No, they're just band videos. I have a lot in there.
He's doing kind of like a day in the life,
No, like a day in the life of a rock star.
Yeah. For example, he's doing, because he's following these bands around, he's doing every day.
Yeah.
He's there in life,
Yeah, no, I'll include a little intro and ending between
Yes.
every, but it won't be the full set anymore, and you can pay for the rest of the set on my Patreon.
You're pulling funding away from this show over to your vanity project,
Yeah.
Do you think this thing's
Yeah.
going anywhere?
It's definitely a vanity project. Absolutely.
Trevor was saying we got to get some important guests on, and that's why we got Isaac Rowe coming in.
Yeah.
Isaac Rowe. Trevor, you had some stuff you wanted to say.
I've been wanting to get him on.
Trevor was saying he wanted to get him on.
Yeah, he's got a cool band.
He was saying all this other stuff too. What were you saying again?
What?
This stuff about
What?
when he was he got angry that one time and.
Oh, when I lashed out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor. He's got a little temper issue.
Yeah, I tend to lash out.
He tends to lash out a little bit, but
And overreact.
he overreacts. But also, it's nothing bad.
I just get heated, basically.
Some people are right up in your face when they should be a little away from your face.
And they don't. I get heated, and they don't give me a chance to cool off.
No.
Yeah.
So Trevor took a swing.
Yeah. It's like I told him, give me.
But he missed.
I said, give me a sec to cool off.
You know.
Yeah.
Because, in fairness, he did ask for a sec to cool off, which you are supposed to honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody
gave me a
summer.
sec to cool off.
It's summer.
I know.
For goodness sake, it's summer.
And this was.
You're not going to give him a second to cool off?
Yeah.
Trevor's on
That was
summer
ridiculous.
break, so he's been just lounging.
Yeah.
And I've been there. I'm with you, you know?
Hitting it hard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creamsicles in the morning,
Yeah.
creamsicles at night.
Oh, what a joy. This will be.
A delight. Trevor's... we got something going there. That was... Wow. Maybe we could take it into poetry.
Yeah. Yeah, we need some new. We need to shake up this.
Yeah, we really
need to shake something up.
We need like
we got this. We're we got the whole table thing. It's like, is this enough?
Right, we did move the table. We got the
is
cloth.
this enough?
Is this could we be doing something more? And it's like, I know what you guys are thinking. Probably not. I mean, you guys.
I think we've taken
pushed
it far.
the boundary.
Yeah.
But we're always thinking a little ahead, a little bit ahead.
Just like 2 steps ahead.
Can we push this thing a couple steps ahead?
Yeah.
You know. Other people are like, we'll just stay here. You know. We're trying to push this thing.
My stomach's hurting from the coffee, man.
Trevor said, and we're doing a late show tonight. Oh. Oh God, Trevor. Trevor's farting live on air. I'm nice enough to make you a pot. You come into my...
Yeah, dude. I'm wired up now.
He's wired up, but he's just farting away.
Yeah, man. I feel good.
When did you get up today?
I don't remember. I took a nap before because I knew it'd be a late one.
Why don't you work in the daytime with the day people?
Because I just want to make money, dude. I don't like working during the day, dude. It's bad during the summer. It's really hot.
It's hot during the summer.
It's cooler at night.
It's cooler at night.
Yeah. You come home at like 5 a.m. and do your thing and go to bed.
What?
Yeah.
For what, man?
Money.
$21.50.
It does sound pretty ridiculous.
$21.50.
It does sound pretty ridiculous.
Does sound pretty ridiculous, but he's making a difference. He's out there saving everyday people. You know.
Yep. Getting the package on time.
Plus your vigilante work.
Yeah.
Not even mentioning your vigilante work.
I'm a vigilante, basically.
I've always wanted to be a vigilante, so I really look up to you in that sense. But in a lot of other senses, I really look down to you. What are your thoughts on me looking down to you? That's messed up, right?
I don't really care how you perceive it.
Whoa! I thought we were close. My opinion means nothing to you.
How did you make this?
I made it extra little special just for Trevor. Just for Trevor, because he's always saying.
Now I'm all like warm. I feel like it could be dehydrated.
You're definitely dehydrated. Were you drinking water before you came?
Yeah.
Were you drinking water before that? What time did you get in? The 6 in the morning?
What?
Were you working the night previous?
Yeah.
What time did you get home?
Like 5:30.
5:30 in the morning. And you made what 100? 105?
Yeah, you know what?
106?
My friends do their servers,
Yeah.
and they make $400 in a day.
That makes more sense. But then, I mean that's fun. But I think I maybe would hate that.
Maybe.
You know, just like, can you lock into that like every single day? Every day, hey guys.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Then why haven't you? You just stick to what you know.
Because like working at a restaurant's kind of like it becomes some like high school drama thing.
Some high school drama. You're not into high school drama? You like Trevor was saying he likes yelling at Haitians. Is that what you're saying?
No, but that is like the norm at my job.
Right. The
People
managers
doing that.
advise you to do that, and it's like Trevor sees them equally.
Yeah.
Little pause there. What was that about? We got Isaac coming in. He's going to be a great guest for a number of reasons. Trevor was saying a couple. Trevor.
He's a phenomenal musician.
Phenomenal. This guy's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Drums, guitar, voice,
He's in the Gunk band,
other
and the
stuff
Dairy
for
Family
sure.
band.
the Dairy Family, the Gunk. He's in Rec League, I think, or maybe not permanently. I'm not sure. Whatever. No one's watching this stuff, you know? Except all of you beautiful people here with us, you know?
Dude, I bet Nico's watching. Shout out
Nico might be
Nico.
watching. You know, I used to see him.
Did a little footsie.
Trevor touched my
assignment.
foot there. He was like, oh, yeah. It's like, oh, remember Nico? You know? It's like, yeah. So I reclined my foot
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Nico,
yeah.
for
Shout
a
out
while,
Nico.
I was seeing him everywhere. Now
Yeah.
I haven't seen him at all. Since I quit that job.
The School of Rock job.
Yeah. What a, I mean, just a horrible. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. You
Whatever.
do what you could.
I did what I could. I helped those kids, except some of them, you know, you got to make your own choices in life. What are you clicking on?
I think No Country for Old Men is free.
We should have it on.
Yeah, okay.
We'll take a quick break. Watch.
What else was I going to say?
It's ridiculous, Trevor. We're not going to watch a movie in the middle of the program. Free with ads.
Free with ads.
This the ad blockers aren't working on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe they're outdoing me with my extension.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever. We don't want to get too technical. We're going global. This thing is supposed to
Going
be.
global.
We're gonna touch on some news topics. A lot going on.
So you know how I always tell you about the Mark Maron podcast?
Yeah.
It's finally ending this
I
year.
I heard that.
Yeah, after 16 years.
Right.
They're like one of the first podcasts.
Right. No,
And
it's-
I've been listening to them, which I'm glad it's ending in a way because I don't know how much longer I was going to keep listening to the episodes every day because
Yeah.
no matter who's on, I listen to the whole thing. It's crazy. But
You're a
he
fan.
was just saying, he's like everybody's sitting in front of cameras and talking at a desk now.
And that's true.
Yeah.
What the fuck are those people doing?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's a sad truth.
It is sad.
Yeah.
So what? He's got to bow out.
Yeah. I mean, they done enough.
They've done enough.
Yeah.
All right. So we covered that news.
Yep.
Another news. Something
Uh,
about. I think some hostages or some bombs or whatever.
Is there hate crime?
Hate crime. There was
A few
another
of 'em?
one.
Yeah.
God. Hate crime.
Yeah.
There was so many of those, you know.
Yeah.
And then some crazy guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Then last week I was all glum because I found out about the kid dying.
The
on
kid
my
dying.
I forgot to mention it was 2 kids who died, and they were playing chicken on an ATV, and I looked up what chicken was, and it's like
That's
they're driving ATVs like into each other, and they're like, oh, whoever chickens out first loses, and I'm like, what kind of game is that?
Well, he won.
I don't think anyone won.
At what cost? You know.
Yeah.
It tied.
Yeah. I barely had time to process that.
That seems like a
Yeah.
poor, you know,
Poor choice.
yeah. As
So-
far as choices go.
Yeah, and I was telling my sister and her husband about that, and apparently her school back, like near
Way back-
Pittsburgh,
yeah.
where I would have gone. Apparently, at the end of the year, they brought in like a damaged car, like a fucked up car, and for like a demonstration of like the danger. And then her husband said, who grew up like in Texas, like his high school. Hey, yeah, they brought in a damaged car, but they also brought in actors who were like covered in blood.
Oh
They were
no.
like, "Fuck!"
You got to respect the production
know?
value there. You know?
Right. But that's something, and I was thinking, the high school where it's all the deaths are happening.
Uh-huh.
It's like that school district. They can't like afford that. Who can't afford a broken car?
This is not episode 19. I know a lot of people were complaining. They're like, let's get to 20, and here we are.
Yeah.
Just took. It's a matter of time.
Here we are.
It's a matter of time. Week 21, you'll learn to use the microphone.
21.
21. We're going back to the Vine topic, you know?
Yep.
Because it all comes back to that, sort of. A lot of
my
roads lead a lot of places. Favorite road?
You got any ginger candies?
Ginger candies. Now, what is that?
They improve the stomach. My stomach hurts after that coffee, man.
Trevor's having real stomach problems. If there's any, doctors or
Anyone
people
with
just
Pepto-Bismol,
general
reach out,
knowledge.
please.
Maybe it's because you're a little nocturnal, you know?
Maybe.
How long do you think you'll work there?
Oh,
Let's face the hard truth here. How long do you think you'll stay?
probably like one more
One
year.
more year?
Yeah. 2 max.
Two max.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
And then is you go into the...
Right now I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about the Firewire, dude.
You're thinking about the Firewire.
And then I'm gonna get
then
all
you'll
the
get back to education. The rest of the stuff. Right now, he's been in Firewire mode for the 2 months. You're gonna be sad when you finally solve this problem and you got nothing to think about. You know.
No, dude. I'll have
Yeah.
I'll have videos to edit.
You just look at that.
I got those every day in July, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He's doing his
put
daily
out
vlog.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna put out a bunch of Nelsonville videos.
Bunch of Nelson.
It's gonna be great.
Has it happened already?
It's gonna happen. You gotta go. This guy's never been in Nelsonville.
We'll get out there, you know.
Yeah, get out there.
We'll do a booth.
Yeah, put up a booth.
Do a booth. We'll be talking for 3 days straight.
Whatever.
What, you don't think we'd have enough? I mean, we got a lot. This is just like,
We could build something. We could really build something up here.
yeah, you know, we could really get to know each other, Trevor.
Yeah.
3 days, 3 days worth of air.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we put it behind a paywall.
In the sun.
We do DVDs. That'd be fun, huh?
Yeah, everybody wants a DVD.
No, they don't, because they can't even play it.
Yeah.
What can you play it on?
DVD player. Your PS3.
My PS3's broken. What do you say to that?
Your Xbox.
My Xbox. What do you think I got? 2 console household?
Your PlayStation
It's
5.
2025, man.
Yeah.
Minimum wage.
Can't play it on your Switch. Hey, the Switch 2 comes out tonight.
Trevor's doing a plug for Switch 2.
Yeah.
You
isn't
big
that
Switch
great?
guy?
Hey, no, I actually got a great, because the Switch 1 came out. That was big for me. I was finally
It's
old.
big for him.
Listen. It's got a lot, what time is it? Do I got time
It's
for
34, man.
No, it's not, dude. Fucking.
Well, click on it, man.
All right.
37.
Anyways. So by the time that the Switch was rolling around, I was finally old enough I could like buy the games that I wanted to buy.
Right.
And I always wanted a Wii, but everybody had one except for me.
Yeah.
And so I was like keeping up with the Switch coming out, and there's this one guy who he was doing vlogs for like the Nintendo Switch. He was still like being the first in line at the Nintendo store in New York City.
Yeah.
And there's like one guy who like was like the first in line for like a lot of big like major Nintendo events.
He was the first in line.
Yeah, that was like a big thing back in the day when you would like wait in line
You'd
for
wait in
games to
line.
come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like like training him like he was his apprentice. He was going to be second in line.
Yeah.
And they had these whole vlogs. This guy's name was Captain Nintendo, dude. And so yeah, he did the whole thing, and it was just like entertaining, wholesome vlogs. He was like doing a lot of like he's just interacting with the community. Very
Yeah.
wholesome.
Yeah.
He was the first to get the Nintendo Switch. And then I like went to check up on him.
Yeah.
Which is always great.
Is he
It's
touching
always
minors? If he's touching minors, tell me now. Because I'm not going to support him.
No, he's not. He's like a younger guy, but
So it's okay? Is that what you're saying?
no,
Jesus,
he wasn't.
Trevor?
So he.
I know you liked
I
him
was
when you were
just-
younger.
It was like a couple years later. I was like, I
Went
wonder
to
what
one of
happened
his
to him.
tricks.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder what happened to him. He fell off,
Yeah.
and so I found out he did like a New Year's vlog,
Yeah.
and he was teasing like a special announcement,
Yeah.
and it was like midnight. Midnight came, and he's just like he like took a bong rip, and he was just like, I love weed.
That was the announcement?
He was just like, weed should not be illegal. I think it's great. It is perfect.
We can't have
Honestly,
that.
We could probably look it up.
No, we
but-
don't support that kind of thing.
But that's just
That's disgusting.
No.
He's the guy who's in line.
I did like he like lost like
He's the last person that needs to be lighting up.
he lost like a lot of his fan base because of that, and I just think it's funny because he decided to like come out and make a huge deal about this.
Oh, he's not good at standing there anymore. He's not. He can't. Not if. What are you, stoned? What is he, stoned?
Yeah.
That's disgusting, honestly.
I love weed.
Did you dislike that one?
I just thought it was bizarre. I was like, why'd you? I mean, that was just a waste of breath.
It is a waste of, But everyone wants to talk about something. Everyone's got their show.
Yeah.
They're just saying bullshit. None of it means nothing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Trevor makes a good point there, which is that ain't nobody got time for that. Who was the first person to say that? Was it Elvis? You big Elvis guy? You big Elvis guy?
No.
Why? He's too fat for you?
No, he's cool.
Trevor's fat
He's
phobic.
fine. He's not. I mean,
He's
not overrated.
He's not scared. That's always funny.
Like all the songs I like, I feel like they were covers.
Just covers?
Perhaps. I don't
They
know.
were
I don't
covers.
know. I don't know. He's Johnny Cash is cool.
You say you're fat phobic.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you were to be a doctor, what would you specialize in, you think? Don't say pediatrics.
Shit, man, I don't know. Is there like maybe like a mouth, nose, and ears doctor?
Mouth, nose, and ears.
Yeah.
Those guys are pedophiles. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Unless I need help from one, then they're heroes.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of eyes, nose, and ears that watch this show. Eyes, nose, and ears. People that specialize in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They should clump things together like that more often.
Yeah.
Use your weed, cheese, and drinks store. Which we don't support that.
No.
But
absolutely not.
people, I've heard there's a big market for it. That's my, dude. That's my high protein mix. It's high protein, man. I'm saving it.
You're like a squirrel.
Well, Trevor gets hungry sometimes.
Not today.
Lay out some stuff.
Oh,
on the
Andy
floor.
got popcorn. The smart pop.
Yeah, it's Smart Pop with I think maybe some cheddar mixed in. It's I always a couple bites in.
Mix it up.
I didn't purchase it myself. It's always a couple bites in that I'm like, what am I eating? Cheddar,
What are we doing here?
What are we doing? But my microwave broke.
Yeah.
It
sucks.
because I like the old microwave popcorn. Big fan.
Oh
of
yeah.
it. Would you ever make an invention that good, or do you think you never?
The microwave?
the microwave popcorn.
No.
No.
Wouldn't happen.
No.
No.
What do you think you will achieve?
Be
Be reasonable here.
Getting to work on time, dude.
Okay.
Yep.
That's not much of a legacy. If you die, what am I supposed to tell people? He got to.
He had perfect attendance.
There. He was always there. He's there a lot.
Yeah.
If he was going to a place, he was there.
He was there. And wherever you
Now
are,
he's
you're there.
And it'll be the ground. He's there.
I'm just like thinking about my stomach and how it's like.
This could be the. What if your stomach never feels good again? A lot of the viewers might be having this thought right now.
that'd be
Your
tough.
stomach's hurting a little bit. Maybe you got a headache. What if it's never gets better?
I heard you have it. Like MS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard having MS is like, it's like never being able to take off your shoes again.
Like, we could just slide them off, right? They have boots on or something. They can't reach.
Just imagine like. Just imagine like you had shoes on and then you could never take them off.
What if they were Crocs? I just slide them right off. You're not making a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Plus, once you're inside, you want to take the shoes off.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases.
But you can't.
Sometimes you're real. It's just nasty. Sometimes it's nasty.
Sometimes there's no place to put the shoes.
You can carry them with you.
Yeah.
You too good to carry the things that carry you all the time? You know? You know?
Nope.
Would you ever open like a bike store? Maybe like
Nope.
okay. I thought maybe you'd follow in your father's footsteps, but he's a disgrace to you? He watches this show.
No, he doesn't.
I talk with him?
Yeah, you talk to my dad. You talk to Barry Hawk.
Barry Hawk? We got Isaac coming in. This is a guy who not only does he play the drums, but he plays them well.
Yes, he does.
And he's seen both sides of the coin, you know.
Yeah.
He's book smarts, but street smarts as well, you know. He's sharp, but some
Yawning.
people were saying very dull, and we disagree with that.
Disagreed, and we're gonna prove you wrong.
We're gonna prove you wrong. That's why we brought him in.
Yeah.
This is the place. That's why it's kind of what the show has become. It's gaining so much traction. This is a place for people to come showcase the best, the best of what they got in an hour. You know.
Damn straight.
And sometimes, you know, it's not great. Sometimes it's not great. You can tell they got nothing. You can tell they have nothing. But sometimes it's someone like Isaac, and we think it's gonna be great. Trevor,
I think it's gonna be great.
what if you mess it up?
I'm gonna hold back because my stomach is making me want to hold back.
What is that supposed to mean, man?
It doesn't feel good, man.
We're telling people to go for it, and you're saying
You know, no one gives me a second to cool off.
No one gives you a second to cool
I
off.
need
It's
a
summer. It's summer. This is our summer episode. It's this. This is the summer. Spring is done. Spring's gone.
Yeah.
It's over. Now it's hot.
And I need a sec to cool off.
Trevor needs a second to cool off, you know.
Yeah.
Creamsicle. Summer
Fudgesicle.
nights. You like creamsicles?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Do you think you ever overindulge
Yeah.
because of these stomach problems? Maybe.
Yeah.
He had a couple creamsicles. He was panicked. Coffee and creamsicles. It's kind of what we run on here.
No, I'm yawning.
What are you yawning, man?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me, man.
Jesus.
I'm just not right.
If you could get your shit together,
Try, man.
I think the viewers would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isaac coming in.
75% right now, you know? That's still good, though.
I would have put you at 53. So
Okay, well, that's still good.
yeah, you're doing better than I thought. You know, that's good. That's good, man.
That's great.
It's fine. You know,
It's fine.
It's just it's a C. You got a
It's
C.
low, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn. All right.
Tummy issues, man.
Yeah. You got... Yeah.
A lot of the viewers are saying they have tummy issues.
Dude, this is 45 minutes.
You're saying your tummy issues are too big to finish this prologue?
Yeah, maybe let me lay down for a minute.
Trevor needs to cool off? Is that what you're saying?
Give me a sec to cool off.
It's the summer episode.
It's the summer episode.
Trevor's going to shit his pants.
Yeah.
And we got Isaac coming in. We'll
God
see
bless.
Hopefully he doesn't notice the smell. I mean, what's going to happen, man?
We're going to find
You're
out.
not threatening me with shitting your pants, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, it felt that way.
Nope. All right.
Isaac Rowe.
The Acorn Archive.
That's kind of why we brought you in today.
Yeah.
Is because we wanted to talk about the fleeting nature of things.
The fleeing nature of things.
You know?
Yeah.
And who's more of an expert on that than Isaac Rowe?
Shit, dude. I don't know, man.
Because all things, fade away eventually. What are your thoughts?
Well, things that are right now
Yeah.
really aren't meant to last forever. You know?
Does that make you sad a little bit?
Yeah, I think that's that's just life, dude.
It's just life?
Yeah. It's that,
Yeah, it is.
you have to live in the moment, and
That's what I was telling Trevor. Live in the moment.
that's
life.
That's life.
That's life.
Because if you're not in the moment, then where are you?
Yeah, dude, you're in
messing
space.
up the moment, you know?
Yeah.
And then Trevor was saying earlier, you know, back when he was playing kickball as a young lad.
Oh, dude, you were a kickballer?
Even then he was thinking about the good old days.
Dude, yeah.
You know?
What are the good old days when you're but a wee little tyke, you know?
Yeah, what were you longing for?
Yeah, I don't know. Like Crash Bandicoot, maybe.
The crib, maybe.
The
Bandicoot.
crib.
You might have, like, crib envy.
Crib envy.
A lot of our viewers have crib envy.
Crib envy.
Because you missed that time in your life, you know, when you didn't know how good it was.
Dude, I mean, it was pretty great. You know,
it was fun.
You don't have to worry about anything. Like, you just, you cry if you want something, and then it's immediately given to you.
Which is, some people still operate that way.
Yeah. You know?
You big crier? You big
Me?
show? Yeah, you show your emotions, or you ever?
From time to time, yeah.
time.
You know, I feel like I'm one of those, every once in a while, everything will all come out. But in between those moments, no, not really.
Trevor's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I haven't cried in a while, man.
If you call a week a while, then it's been a minute. It's a while for him.
Yeah.
And that's
It's all relative, man.
It's relative. It's no.
Yeah.
It's a big accomplishment, really.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a big accomplishment in your life?
A big accomplishment? No. I don't think so.
Maybe here's my thing. In hindsight, they're always like, well, you know, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, there have been a lot of things that felt really big at the time.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I'm like, well, no.
You know,
like a lot of people have actually done that. It's not
really
that big of a deal, really.
When I was growing up, I thought I could remember most things, you know?
Yeah.
I think I could at the time. I could probably remember most shit.
Dude, yeah.
But now it's like you just forget entire years. Who cares? No one else remembers it for you.
Yeah, dude. That's why you have a phone and
A
reminders.
phone. That's why, you got to get in the cloud. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You got to get in the cloud.
You got to get in the cloud.
You gotta get in the cloud.
Trevor was saying you got to get in the cloud.
Yeah. In the cloud.
You got to get in there because that's what everyone's doing. Everyone's doing it, you know.
Everybody's in the cloud, and so are we.
So it must be kind of a fun place to hang out, right?
You would think, you know.
It's kind of the new mall.
Yeah, it is, dude. It's
Because what's up with malls, you know?
Dude, malls are dying.
They're dying.
Who decided to kill the malls?
I don't know, but
You mean Darth Maul?
they're pretty big. Darth Maul. That's
Darth Maul.
That's a little Star Wars joke. We'll pull him up. Darth Maul.
Dude, Darth Maul was the beginning of the end of malls.
Yeah.
People saw that double-edged lightsaber, dude. They were like, this is as good as this shit's ever gonna get.
Yeah. But then, you know, you get too fancy with something. Often you leave a simple thing becomes your weakness.
Yeah.
And it's tough to have that foresight. Darth Maul kind of laid the groundwork for the rest of us.
Yeah. You know, he was out here with horns on his little head.
Yeah.
Dude, he was
no one else was doing that.
painting his face, dude. He was like Kiss 2.0. Really.
Now you ever paint your face?
Probably. I'm not really remembering a specific time.
You ever have a good Halloween?
Yeah. You know?
It's right about June where you're like, Halloween sounds nice, you know?
Yeah, dude. Halloween weather, at least.
Yeah.
Where you're, not sweating your balls
And
off.
I'd like a Kit Kat, you know?
Yeah, dude. Kit Kats are pretty good.
But now, now I have to walk into a store and I have to get it.
Yeah, you have to actually purchase
I like it given to me. What are your thoughts? Do you like things given to you, or do you like having to get them?
Well, I mean, I don't know if this is controversial, but I kind of prefer to purchase stuff because I feel like if something is given to me, then I feel guilty about it. I'm like, oh, well, now I have to give you something.
Yeah.
And I don't really fucking want to do that.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you give and you never get that return gift you're hoping for.
yeah, it's just it's a risk, really.
It is a risk, and what's the reward there?
That you might one day get something in return.
You big gambler? You ever gamble?
Not really. You know, I feel like I'm wary to gamble because I get addicted to things pretty easily. So I feel like I could see myself like really liking it too much, and then it becoming like a problem.
And then the money that you have, you might not have it anymore.
Yeah.
you need money?
Well,
You have big plans in your life that involve financial things?
no.
So nothing. What do you need this money for then?
Well-
Maybe it could be in better hands, and we actually have a investment opportunity. Trevor, tell him about
Oh,
the
shit.
Acorn Archive and what we're doing here, the great work we're doing here, and what
Yeah.
maybe he could have a stake in.
Yeah, we need money.
Trevor was saying, we need
people with
money,
stakes.
we need more people with stakes, we need
Dude,
everyone
yeah.
needs to be involved in this thing.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it off air, but
Okay,
it's
yeah.
really something that you can
I'll
consider.
give you all my money.
Because what is it even? What is it? It's ones and zeros. It's it's all binary.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really real, It's just something
No.
we perceive as real.
It's just something we perceive.
Yeah.
And nowadays, you can put all that into an app.
Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah. It used to be the thing where if I handed somebody cash, I felt like I was spending money.
Yeah.
But if you used your little debit card or whatever, it didn't feel real.
Yeah.
Now it's reversed, man. If I have cash, I'm like, oh fuck, this isn't real.
Yeah.
I should just spend this all now.
That's true. I felt that switch too. And speaking of Switch 2, I think it's coming out tonight. That's right.
I hear that. I've heard the Switch 2 is coming out.
The Switch 2
Big
is coming
things,
out?
you know?
Oh shit, dude.
But I felt that Switch too. And what is that? Why did that happen? Is that getting older?
Yeah, maybe.
Or is
I
it
don't know.
just now that it's all digital?
I think we just got used to having everything digital.
Yeah.
And digital becoming reality, dude.
Yeah. Everything's. The cash is here you go.
Yeah, it's sweet. This already isn't in my bank account,
Yeah.
so you can have it.
You can have it.
You don't see it. You don't see the numbers get decreased.
Could we have it? And we'll talk about it off air.
Okay, yeah.
What have you been getting into, man?
What have I
You
been
got a
getting
lot
into?
on your plate. A lot on your plate. It's a big
yeah,
plate,
man. I've just been playing drums for people, really.
huh? Now,
And,
what's that like?
pretty fun.
Oh.
You just learn people's songs.
Yeah.
Show up and minorly fuck around, I guess.
How long you been playing the drums? A lot of people are asking.
That's a good question, and I have to think about it. Probably 15-ish years.
15, that's a long time.
Yeah. No, for sure, man.
What's made you stick with it?
Getting to play music with other people, honestly.
Right.
That's the reward. If I only ever played by myself, I probably wouldn't do it all that much anymore.
Especially the drums.
Yeah, because no, I probably would, honestly. But yeah, I mean, playing with other people is definitely the best part about it.
Yeah.
It gives you a goal to work towards,
Yeah.
or at least it has traditionally. I want to be able to do this thing, or I need to learn this beat to play this song with this person. Okay, I got to practice, I guess.
Yeah. That's so satisfying, though, when you actually put the time in and you see the result.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
And you can just keep doing that.
Yeah, you can just keep doing it time and time again.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite thing is actually getting better at the instrument.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is fun, and it's kind of a different thing, like making music and even playing the shows, but getting better at the instrument is real fun.
Yeah, man.
Trevor, what are your thoughts on that? You were saying you don't have that much fun. You feel like you hit a brick wall sometimes?
No, I'm having fun doing it. I like playing drums too and getting better at drums.
But you do hit these brick walls, huh?
Sometimes
everyone does.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get over it? Hey, you were playing in the academic world, correct?
Yeah.
As well as the not academic world.
Yes, I've been in both worlds.
Do you
certainly.
find having both sides of that helps you? It gives you a better perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I think.
So you're looking down on everyone who's not.
Yeah, I'm better than everybody else, and they shouldn't forget it.
That's kind of where we got you on today.
Yeah, it's to remind everybody that I'm better than them.
And how does that help you out? Being,
well, you got the scrubs and you got me, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to me. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Whoa. You don't think?
No,
no
I don't
value?
think I'm better than everyone
Whoa.
else. I was
Okay.
kidding.
Okay. Well, now I feel weird that I went with you on that.
Oh, well, sorry.
I think you're pretty good,
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Trevor.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Pretty good.
A lot of people were saying that in the comments.
Yeah,
But you're striving to be better.
certainly. Yeah.
We all are.
We're all always trying to be better.
We all are.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think like the the academic world
Trevor, don't
of
laugh at him.
music is it's like I have polarizing thoughts about it, you know.
That means like they're far. You know,
Yes.
they're way out there.
Yeah, I think
They're kind
it's
of controversial.
not like particularly, I
Okay.
guess, but you know, it's good because you learn a lot of stuff that you wouldn't otherwise learn, but it's easy to become trapped in that world. You know what I mean? Like, I think most people that went to music school go at least through a phase like where they're a little pretentious and like, oh, that song doesn't have like a fucking like major 7 chord or whatever.
Right. That's what everyone was saying.
You know, oh, power chords suck. And
Yeah.
then like, you know, then you kind of have to like get yourself out of that
Right.
because that's not the reality.
And even if you believe all that stuff, you still got to make some music.
Yeah.
You know, it's all. Some people are all talk.
Yeah, man.
A lot of talking, but not everyone wants to make the music either. Some people just want to play the instrument.
Yeah, dude. Some people just want to put their headphones on and
I
jam
kind of
out.
like playing guitar in a band better than like playing guitar and singing and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
just playing a role in the whole thing. It's nice to
Yeah.
have a stake in it. You know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, it's a lot less stress, you know, when you only have to worry about doing one thing, as opposed to like, you know, if you're playing guitar and singing, you gotta hit all the right notes vocally. You gotta
Yeah.
like hit all the right notes on guitar, and if you're probably at that point also fronting something, so then you have to like perform a little bit too.
And then you're selling the merch.
Yeah,
Trevor was asking earlier if you were on the Oregon Trail,
yeah.
would you be selling merch or would that be kind of insensitive? Because you'd be probably doing sets, I imagine. You know,
Probably have to sell merch.
probably have to sell merch
Yeah,
to get by.
yeah. I mean, you know, out of necessity, if nothing.
That's gonna be
else.
awkward when you put the new tires on your wagon and you leave that crowd behind. You know.
Yeah, but you know, ultimately, you probably wouldn't really see them again. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
so you know, they can think whatever they want. But
That's what Trevor was saying. He says, even if you're not around the best people, you know, get what you can out of them.
Yeah.
And then you look around. Maybe there's someone cooler. Jump over there.
Yeah,
And I said,
makes
I
sense.
said yes and no. You know, because obviously strategically that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about the emotional side. Do you ever think about the emotional side?
Of course.
What do you think about it?
That it's important.
It's important.
Yeah, and you gotta consider other people's emotions.
Other people are real.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You gotta be there for people.
Who have you been there for?
As many people as I can.
Any of the viewers you think Trevor has been lacking in support? But we're not here to talk about Trevor. We're here to talk about Isaac.
oh yeah. I forgot.
Enough about the Oregon Trail. And I know that's kind of a sensitive thing to talk about nowadays, you know.
Yeah,
But we did want to talk about your childhood, man. What was
Okay.
that like? You were born, huh?
dude, I was in fact born at a certain point in time.
Was that a pro or maybe a negative?
Probably pro.
That's what we were thinking.
Yeah, probably a good thing I was born. I
Uh-huh.
would say. You know, so I was born, and then I don't really remember a lot after that.
Was it enjoyable?
I mean, like, probably, man. You know, I think like I don't remember much until I was probably like 3 or 4 or
Oh,
something.
and that's when you kicked online?
Yeah, that's when I got online. Yeah. I think my first memory the first thing I remember is going to the North Market with my family. And you know how there's that like little staircase on the outside that goes up to the top floor?
Yeah.
I was like, "Mom, I'm going to go up the stairs." And she was like, "Okay." And then I left my family and like walked up the stairs, and I think I had like a little baseball hat, dude.
Yeah. It was your first taste of freedom, really.
Yeah, dude, I know. I put it on backwards. I was like strutting
Yeah.
down the like upstairs hall, like I'm the shit, dude.
Yeah. Now,
And
what
then-
happened once you got up there?
And then I strutted around, you know. I made my way downstairs.
No
Eventually.
one grabbed you, right?
No.
See, that was the good old days. Nowadays,
you'd get napped
you'd
so
get
fast.
napped quick.
Yeah, dude. Blackmailed.
Blackmail.
But nah, man, yeah, I just went downstairs. And my mom freaked out. And yeah, it's basically the
But
whole story.
You were interested in the other area. So what's the big problem?
Yeah.
Did you tell her about that?
Well, I mean, I tried to convey that I was fine.
But it's
you know?
hard. It's hard to use your words, especially at that age.
No,
A lot of
yeah.
people are- a
And
lot of
nobody
viewers are
listens
struggling.
to you anyway.
No one,
you know,
nobody
so-
does. Who's paying the bills? Not you.
No, not
Sadly.
you.
Trevor, what was your first memory, man?
Oh yeah, now I remember it now. It was I was I was 2 years old,
Yeah.
and we were watching that one movie. I think it was called like Little Vampires. Like
Okay.
that one Disney movie, I think. And I remember I was holding a Game Boy Color, and I remember being aware of the fact that I was 2, and that's my earliest memory.
Dude, hell yeah.
I was in a hallway, looking up at some people, and then next thing I know, I'm 6 at a baseball game. It's like, well, what happened in between there?
Yeah,
It's hard to keep track of those things.
Yeah.
Do you have like a dream journal or something?
No, I don't.
Trevor has a dream journal. It's more of a nightmare journal recently
Damn, dude.
because we're all going through stuff. Are you going through stuff?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
Who is it?
That's what I would just say. Yeah, I mean everyone's going through things.
Yeah, man.
What are you aspiring to achieve in the next year?
In the next year, I'm trying to probably record like a little EP by myself. I think that's something that I want to do.
Now, what's it gonna be? Break it down, man.
Just like songs, man.
And these are songs,
just that I wrote.
and you wrote them. Are you gonna play the drums?
Well, I think like the idea is I want to play most of the instruments. Like I want to try to play just about everything. I think.
Just about everything.
Yeah. I did that when I was like 17,
Yeah.
and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, so it didn't sound that great.
Do you have a setup to?
Yeah,
Do it
man.
all?
I got this GCAC grant.
And we'll pull. Oh, that's money.
That is money, yeah. So I got some mics.
Nice.
And yeah, I can like fully record myself.
That's
now.
awesome.
It's pretty exciting, man.
Have you made any big recordings yet?
No, I've started to dabble, you know.
Been dabbling.
Yeah.
Do you have to have a big interface too? Do you have to get a?
I already had that. I got that when I was
Nice.
younger.
Nice.
It's like a 8-channel interface, which if you're just recording by yourself, it's more than you even need.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. But
We could use one of those.
yeah,
That's why we got our sponsor today, and we'll get into that later.
nice. Who's the sponsor, dude?
Geico.
Dude,
Better insurance, better pizza. Papa
Ye-
John's. That's an old gag from. I think that was my next memory after the baseball game.
After the baseball game is Papa John's Geico commercial.
Yeah. What was so great about your childhood? Trevor lived in rural Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He was a hick town. He was.
Was raised by the television.
If you watch the
By the
early
TV.
episodes, he's just blatantly racist.
Raised by the TV.
But we discovered this episode he's homophobic.
Plot twist.
It's still up for debate.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it, but
That's
just to be clear, me and Isaac are not cool with that.
yeah, no,
Hey man, neither am I.
Well, he's making a change.
yeah.
Do you think it's important to strive to be better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes things get in the way.
Right. But if you try, that's all you can do is try to be better, you know?
That's all you can do.
And it sounds like Trevor's at least trying, you know?
It
which
sounds
is-
like it, but is he?
I mean, that's the impression that he's giving off, you know?
He is giving off that impression, but he's a great actor. You should see him. He's got a couple short films.
Oh,
Gear
yeah?
Gazing. That's a film coming out soon. With Trevor Hawk.
With Trevor. What's it going to be on, dude?
The YouTube.
YouTube?
It's gonna be
He's
on.
trying to
the
sell
tube.
it to Prime.
Yep.
You're trying to sell... Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah. They just let you do anything nowadays.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing something?
No, dude, I never think about doing anything. I just
Yeah.
I sometimes find myself doing things.
Yeah, what's going through your mind?
Currently,
Is it less and less every year?
honestly, yeah.
That's a little negative.
I'm devolving, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I hit my peak already, and now it's just like a slow decline.
Do you think you'll get resentful and kind of bitter?
Who knows, man, you know?
You wouldn't put it past yourself.
No, I could see it happening.
I can see it happening to me too.
Hopefully not.
No. But time, it moves quick.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden you get a little angry at time.
you get a little angry.
It's like, whoa, what the?
You're like, man, why was I being
Whoa.
so lazy, dude?
What was I doing?
Yeah.
And then you're thinking about that instead of doing something now.
Right.
And then it's all a little circle.
Yeah,
And
dude.
you're always missing the good old days.
Yeah, dude.
So you got to get over yourself, Trevor.
Yeah, dude.
Get out of your own way.
Yeah, stop being.
Do you have any tools to do that? Get out of your own way.
I got these earplugs.
Earplugs block
Yeah.
sound out.
Yeah, I don't know why I pulled them out.
You can be self-centered. It's important to be self-centered when you're taking care of yourself,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
What about people that suck?
They should probably be self-centered so that they can.
You think that's the cure?
Well, I mean, they should at least think about themselves, like maybe more.
What if they're thinking about themselves too much?
Well,
you can think too much, right? You can overthink.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've heard that before. Overthinking.
Yeah, I can't remember where.
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's like some old wisdom.
I think maybe an old Greek thing.
Yeah, dude.
You a big Greek guy?
I was definitely hell into Greek mythology at one point.
Top Greek mythology. Let's go.
Top Greek mythology?
Yeah, and Trevor's pretty much an expert on this stuff. He's gonna check you.
Okay, so like what do you, I'm a little unclear.
Just your favorite.
My favorite Greek mythology. I always really liked the story of fucking Jason. Jason, dude.
Now, what did he work? Did he DoorDash?
Yeah, in
What's his story?
a way, dude. He DoorDashed through the. Oh fuck! That's been.
He was kind of like the first DoorDash. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, dude. He went from island to island, kind of delivering pizzas.
Yeah.
And wings and other such things.
He probably got tipped good back then too.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Nowadays, for a tip, you gotta like. Who do you got up here? This is Jason.
This is Jason, yeah.
Dude, it's Jason, dude.
That's Jason, all right.
That's Jason, dude.
Now, what really pops out to you about him?
Probably his wiener.
Yeah. A lot of the viewers are saying his wiener's really popping out here.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Big deal. He's proud.
Yeah, dude.
Doesn't bother Trevor.
No, not at all.
Trevor,
Because I'm not homophobic.
Yeah.
he's trying to make a point. There's so many photos he could have grabbed from.
And I like this one.
He was saying he has no problem with this one.
Yeah.
No problem.
Whatever.
It's just what do you do when someone's trying to hide something that's so blatantly obvious,
I tickled him.
Tickled them. You a big tickler?
Not usually, but
Okay.
occasionally,
People
yeah.
were saying some stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to tickle somebody.
You gotta ask.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless they're coming at you, they're tickling you first.
yeah.
Then it's self-defense, right?
Yeah. Then you gotta tickle them back.
Even to death.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you gotta, like, if you're, it can be useful. I remember I was playing a soccer game one time.
Yeah.
And I was guarding this dude.
Uh-huh.
And I tickled him. And then he got really mad. And he, like, shoved me over. And then it was a foul, and we got the ball.
That's pretty good.
I
That's
was
effective.
I was very proud of myself for that. That's one of those things that felt like a big accomplishment at the time.
Right, and then what was he even gonna do? He tickled me.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound great.
No, it sounds bad.
So you're saying violence was the answer in that case?
Yeah, if you consider tickling violence, then yeah.
Trevor?
I'm not big on tickling. So maybe I would consider violence, but I don't know. It's a little harmless. I don't know. It's a little traumatizing in a way. I don't know.
How about you keep your hands off people, Trevor?
I haven't tickled someone. I'm not.
You're anti-tickle?
I am
Anti-tickle.
anti-tickle, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. What about it, man?
That's cool. I'm mostly anti-tickle.
Are you sure?
No.
Growing up, you ever resort to a tickle as like a last resort? You know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you know, when me and my little brother would, like, fight and stuff,
Yeah.
like, I'd, like, tickle him, and then he'd, like, pee his pants.
Yeah.
And, you know.
You hit
Yeah, that's like me. Like, I'll pee my pants and just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm actually suffering.
He's suffering, but
Yeah.
he's got a good sense of humor is the thing. It's important to be optimistic, right? That's what we try to bring to people.
Yeah,
A
dude.
good outlook on life.
Yeah.
Give us your best outlook.
You can do whatever you want.
Let's play it out in, you know, all scenarios.
Okay.
Hitler.
Okay.
He had ambitions, right?
He did have ambitions.
He
yes.
sees that on a poster.
You know, I'd like to clarify. I didn't say you should do whatever you want. I just
He's
said
just making a
you can.
which is kind of a non statement, you know. You could do whatever.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's all fine with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, things got to happen. Otherwise, it gets kind of boring.
Yeah. I think, you know, in most scenarios, it works out for the best.
Trevor,
Oh, I don't know.
you're a little pessimistic here.
I have no idea. I don't know the right way to respond to this.
You don't know the right way to view things.
Yeah.
I'd hope with an upbeat attitude, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But then he's working the night shift. He's got this just dead end job, you know. He was talking. He's got friends that work a fraction of the time and get substantially more money. And he's committed to working. He's nocturnal.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, what are you doing, man?
I don't know.
Now, how are you feeding yourself? Are you still teaching the drums?
Yeah, I am.
Are they getting any better? You got to keep them a little bad, right? Otherwise, you lose
Yeah, I mean, you
lose
don't
Yeah.
want them being too good, or else you're kind of like out of a job.
Yeah, you don't want them better than you.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that
just makes sense.
just
yeah.
makes sense.
No, I mean, yeah, I'd say most of my
They suck.
students are like little though. You
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So like, you know, it's like a lot of like really.
It's not the
the same
competition's
stuff.
not too bad.
No.
You can just crush them.
Yeah, and you know, I really let them know their place. Like they'll play
good.
something, they'll think, "Oh, wow, maybe I made some progress," and then I'll just like
Unfortunately,
rip some chops and be like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
suck."
long way from the top. If
Yeah.
you like to rock and roll, and that's a little reference to a song,
To School of Rock.
School of Rock.
Do you still work at School of Rock?
No, we were talking about this earlier. I don't work there.
Yeah, respect.
We were mentioning Nico,
Oh yeah.
and we had a lot to say about him. We won't get into it.
Okay.
But you used to work there as well,
I did used to work there.
and
yeah.
then you stopped working there, which might be that might be the right decision.
Yeah, you know, I think it was.
It might
yeah.
be
It was fun. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted.
fun while it
but-
lasted. Kind of like the good old days, but these ones weren't
Yeah.
that great, you know.
Yeah. No, it was just like, okay.
We should. Trevor's got a birthday coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in about 5 months.
In about
And
5 months.
We were.
okay.
Are
It's
you
pretty
big?
soon.
You big canoe guy? Or are you more of a kayak fella?
You know, traditionally like kayaking, but
Yeah.
I feel like in current day, I probably would lean more canoe because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to do
All of it.
all of it. Yeah, I'd rather rely on others. And
Canoe is fun.
Yeah,
I like a kayak, though.
Maybe you could kayak, we'll canoe.
yeah,
We can leave him in the dust.
yeah.
We'll start off like, all right, here we all go. You know,
Yeah,
just
and then-
kind of get moving.
I don't want to have to wait around for you guys.
You think you're gonna be faster than us?
Oh, yeah.
We got two people.
Kayaking.
You love kayaking?
Kayaking, it's very fun.
Where's your kayak then?
I was thinking I might want to get one sometime.
Well, that'll be a good episode, our kayak episode.
The pod out on the water,
Yeah, they
dude.
get the mixer floating.
While you're racing.
We could race.
That'd be fun.
Well, do you think there'd be any issues with that?
Nope.
Me either.
Other than I would win.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
Yeah.
it's gotta happen.
Did you really just say that?
I did just say that, man.
In the race between me and you?
Yeah, dude.
You're saying you will win?
Yes. Don't play.
Okay, well, we'll get out there soon.
Yeah, dude,
Because Trevor, I mean, I don't know where you even get the nerve to say something like that.
I'm gonna win.
Have you seen me on the water?
No, I guess not.
There's going to be two of us.
Yeah.
Isaac is an aquatic man.
Yeah, that's true.
was
That is
born
true.
I didn't
underwater.
factor that.
Yeah.
You were born underwater.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like down there?
Different.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. I mean, dude.
You had to hold your breath, huh?
Yeah, I can't. Well, you don't have to. You know.
But you were ready.
Yeah, I can breathe underwater.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No gills, though.
No, it's
You
just,
got to get a GoPro.
yeah,
Get down there.
dude. I should start an underwater.
Do you still get the ear pressure?
You know, occasionally, like if it's real deep, sometimes, but usually not. No.
That's pretty cool, man. A lot of the ocean is, untouched.
Yeah, and you know, maybe one day I'll make it down there.
You might maybe make a trip,
Yeah,
do like sort of backpacking sort of thing.
yeah, just but like underwater.
This could be good. Just kind of like a Super Mario thing.
Yeah, it could be. You know, I haven't thought about it a whole lot. I guess.
What have you been thinking about, man?
Thinking about fucking
The kids.
kids, dude. Yeah.
What are you thinking about kids?
I think.
What are you thinking about
so
them?
bad. What am I? Okay. No.
We just had some past students of yours commenting.
Yeah. Some of my past students. Sorry, say that again.
Do you think in 10, 20 years you'll move out of the big city?
You know, I could see myself becoming a hermit. I think.
Hermit.
Living off the land.
Let me get some acreage.
Yeah, get a few acres. Get a little log cabin, maybe a well.
A solid tent.
A solid well, yeah. I think that could be pretty fun. I've always fantasized about like just like living in like a cabin in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere for like a few months. And just like hunkering down and like
Yeah.
just being isolated completely.
Yeah, but when you search up, cabin in the woods, they don't pop up.
No. You
For
gotta
rent.
go build that shit yourself.
You got to build it, and it's like, have you been to Home Depot recently, or are you a Lowe's guy?
I'm a Lowe's guy.
Okay, Trevor.
Lowe's. Well, it's closer, but I also like I think the red of the Home Depot is like really intense. I remember just
The orange.
Yeah, it's like an orange, like red. It's way more intense than the cool.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that song is more intense too. And I remember
Yeah.
just like talking to the people who work there. They're just more intense. They're really like, they're just like a bunch of old guys. And like, what do you want?
Speed, I think,
Speed? What?
is a problem, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly, it's only a problem if you think it's a problem.
You ever had any problems like that?
No.
You mentioned addiction, and we don't want to bring up your past addictions, but you at once, what were you doing, man? Oatmeal cream pies, Reese's cups.
Jane's Addiction.
What is
Dude.
that, man?
Are you addicted to Jane's Addiction?
What is this?
No.
It's a band.
Now, what's this big song by them?
Jane says.
What does she say, man? Jane says. She says something in the song. Trevor's not much of a singer. He's getting he's blushing.
That was pretty good,
I
dude.
think
You
it
got
sounded
you got
good.
a
Yeah, it
nice
sounded
little
good, man.
falsetto there, man.
You got pipes?
Thank you. Well, I'll figure it out. Jane Addiction.
So when's your album coming out, man? Set a date. It's important to set a goal.
You're right. I should figure that out.
Yeah.
Let's say like I'll try to release a song by like January of next year. I don't know. I'm not in a rush to do it.
Okay, maybe a little Halloween teaser.
Yeah. Who's to say?
The
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah, the holidays.
Are you looking forward to the holidays?
Yeah, I guess they're not really close enough for me to look forward to them, I guess, but
So you're kind of pessimistic when it comes to the holidays.
a little bit, you know.
Why? What do you got against them?
What do I have against the holidays?
Oh, the tree. You don't like
Yeah, it's like cool and all,
the lights,
The lights.
the
yeah.
snow. You big snow fella?
No.
Are you from Columbus?
I am from Columbus, yes.
First memory was at North Market.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. born and raised, dude. No, I mean, I like the holidays, you know. I think they're not as fun as they used to be.
No. What happened?
Well, you know, like on Christmas, dude, like you used to just like get a bunch of presents.
Yeah.
And now it's like you got to like buy a bunch of
Yeah, I
other
always
people
have less
presents.
money.
Yeah. You're like, "Oh shit, what is my like cousin like? I haven't
Yeah.
talked to them in like 2 years." Shit.
That's why Trevor was saying he just doesn't like seeing people, you know.
No, I like seeing people. Made time today to talk to a friend. Because I knew it'd be important. It's, you know, it's like, you know, it's good to reach out to people and talk to them.
Yeah.
You know?
I would agree.
I don't know where this aggression is coming from.
I'm just telling you.
I agree. Do you agree that fostering a community is important?
Yeah, I think it's pretty important. I think everybody needs to have a sense of belonging.
Everyone is trying, right?
Yeah.
I want to think, man.
Are you trying, Trevor?
I'm trying.
Isaac, yourself?
I'm trying to yeah, I'm trying. Dude.
Now, when you're living your hermit life,
Yeah.
what's going to be your go-to as far as food goes?
As far as food goes, you know, I feel like you'd probably have to kind of get into like hunting.
Yeah, you
or,
have
like,
to live off the land.
Live off the land. You know, I feel like I could see myself being just like an eggs guy, like getting some chickens.
Yeah.
Some egg-laying chickens.
Just make a couple McMuffins every day.
Yeah, dude, just DIY McMuffins.
Yeah.
You know?
A little electrolyte water or something, and you're good.
Yeah, what else do you really need?
What do you need, Trevor?
I was gonna say I'd get tired of McMuffins after a while.
What would you eat?
Corn and carrots.
You have to plan all this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Do you have the
bread.
expertise for that?
You'd have to learn.
You have to learn all these things.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good way to spend your time.
Yeah, just learning.
Sounds fun.
You know, I'm sure it'd be very rewarding, you know?
Right. Trevor?
Like,
Yeah, it would be. It'd be very rewarding.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
Yeah.
What rewards you now in life, huh? Nothing?
Not much, man.
Yeah.
You know? Just kind of like...
Same shit. Same old.
Same old shit, yeah. But you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
It loses its
The rat
whimsy a
race,
little
man.
bit, dude. Yeah.
It's all corporate now.
Yeah, dude. Everything's corporate.
And what's going on with that?
What do you think of gentrification?
Dude, I think it's real.
You know?
That's what I think.
Trevor was saying it's fake.
My sister doesn't say gentrification. She says modernized. What do you think of that?
Well, you know, I think perspective is reality, you know?
That's trippy, man. You just tripped me out a
Oh,
little bit
shit.
there.
It's true. That's why I take the whatever's the best take on something, you know, makes me feel the best. I'll just go with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like I'll like that.
Yeah.
More of this that makes, you know, I like seeing that.
Yeah.
Don't show me the stuff that makes me feel bad.
No.
Trevor?
Yeah.
Well, it's important to address those things though.
I was just kind of
Some of them have
agreeing
real
with
life
your
impacts.
agreeing with your criticism.
Trevor's agreeing with me, but he didn't have any thoughts of his own.
I don't want to get into it really, because I do have thoughts of it, but I don't want to get into it.
As you get older,
Yeah.
they'll be cagey with you like Trevor just was, you know.
Yeah.
They'll be aggressive.
You got to watch out for that.
Those chickens, they'll be pretty cagey with you if you know what I'm saying.
Dude, yeah.
You know, I found out about veal last weekend.
Was that a fish or something?
It's like I thought it was a fish. No, it's like a calf. They take it like right when it gets born.
Yeah,
and then they
just
like
kill that shit.
I think they keep it in a cage and it looks like it can't move, and then they kill
Oh.
it. Yeah,
Damn.
it's like a whole.
You like taste the pain.
I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah, it sounds pretty bad.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got another name for it. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, veal kind of does sound like more enticing than like little suffering cow. you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Fancy.
but I guess that like
It's
that
more expensive.
the animal suffering adds to the flavor, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The lack of movement, probably. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't get their muscles never harden. You know,
No.
it's tender and soft.
Now, would you ever do that?
Lock myself in a cage or lock a little cow in a cage.
Or your own kid.
My own kid.
Whoa!
Yeah, you know, I think
Yeah.
that's like an important process that every kid needs to go through.
They gotta learn. They gotta learn. The kid. I mean, it's like
You know, it's like circumcision. Are you gonna circumcise your kid?
I don't know. Well, I'm not there yet. Maybe.
what if he died before that point? You know.
You
Yeah.
know, so, oh man, now we're getting into it. Well, not really, but so there's like a whole like morality with like circumcision, which I don't ever think about. I just like if I have a boy, I would like to get him circumcised just so that under this circumstance, I would want him to get circumcised because
If you were sucking his dick, you didn't want to.
that's terrible.
That's messed up, Trevor. I mean, what the fuck?
There's people who get circumcised.
That's your son.
There's people who get circumcised later on in life, and it's like terrible. And I don't want him to be like, fuck, man, why did my dad not circumcise?
Plus, it's another. I mean, that's just a weird day when you got to go on like WikiHow, like
Yeah.
you know,
How to circumcise?
you can't afford it, so you're gonna do that DIY. And
Yeah.
knowing you, Trevor, you're gonna mess it up the first time. Maybe if you have two kids, you'll
Yeah.
really get the hang of it. What, you don't think you can grow and get better at something?
There's some people who will try.
Isaac was saying all it takes is practice and you improve.
Yeah.
You'll see the results right in front of you.
Some people try to grow their foreskin back. Did you know that?
And that's maybe a competitive thing?
Competitive foreskin growing.
I think it's like a longing for, what
A
you
simpler
lost.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all kind of looking back to. I miss swinging on a swing.
Dudes, yeah, man.
That might be the same sentiment.
You miss swinging on a swing. Some guys are missing their foreskin.
Right. So you're saying it's a small world? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Isaac, thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a small world.
Even though, I mean, there's so many people you don't know, but then you see the same ones as well.
Yeah, dude, I know everybody in the world pretty
Yeah.
much.
And I don't know how you feel. I'm a little tired of them.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
it's a
ready
little
for
much.
Some new people, dude.
Yeah.
Like, let's just out with the old, in with the new. That's
Yes.
what I say.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
We're here now, you know?
Bored, dude.
We're what's up. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I would say so.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Trevor was talking about Shang-Chi, a movie he really likes last week.
Shang-Chi.
Why are you gonna bring up Shang-Chi again?
Well, I just want to ask him if he has any movies like he's a big fan of.
Of all-time movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not, like, the biggest movie buff
Not a big
ever,
movie
but I like, one movie that I always think about is A Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, Trevor.
You know, it's a classic.
I've never taken the time to watch it because it looks scary.
It's definitely a little freaky.
You big spook head?
That's a thing,
Not
man.
necessarily.
It's like not really, but like I don't know, for whatever reason, like it's like very visually striking. Like all the sets are like
Well, a lot of his movies are like that.
yeah, and it's just like an interesting question of morality. I think.
Do you ever question morality?
Yeah,
You have to, right?
you have to.
Perspective is everything,
Perspective is reality, dude.
Trevor.
Perspective is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's your perspective?
I've
Pretty
heard
negative,
so.
huh?
My friend's dad's he believes that airplanes, like when he sees them flying in the sky,
Yeah.
he thinks that like a car can actually is driving like faster than that. Like it's actually like flying pretty slow. And that I was thinking how that's like the same logic. Like he's like, man, I can't believe that plane is going that slow. It's the same logic as like seeing a man 100 feet away from you and saying, man, I can't believe that man is 2 inches tall.
Dude, you guys ever like drive like by like these semi trucks like on the highway?
Right.
Like I used to think that like, whenever you were passing them, because it was so long, it always used to feel like they were passing you even when you were passing them.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You ever thought about getting in a big rig yourself?
A big semi?
Yeah.
I mean, I've thought about what it would be like to drive one, I guess.
You ever taken that leap?
No, I have not.
So you're just kind of aimlessly wandering through this life.
More or less, man.
And aren't we all? Aren't we all? We did want to ask you, before we get to the musical performance,
Oh.
we wanted to ask you, 10, 20 years, what's life going to be like for you? You got any message to your future self?
Don't fuck up.
Do you have hopes that you'll actually live up to that?
Yeah, I think I could probably not fuck up.
Trevor?
You're gonna fuck up.
And that's
super
probably
negative.
the logical take.
He's trying to be positive.
Everybody's gonna fuck up. You're gonna fuck, and that's okay.
He's going to be fine. I don't know why
You're gonna fuck up and learn.
Yeah.
You know, some people fuck up all the time and they don't learn
They
shit.
don't learn shit.
Yeah.
But I think
Trevor's saying he believes in you to learn.
Yeah, based on this conversation, I think if you're gonna fuck up, you're gonna learn, man.
You're right, man. That's beautiful.
But also, who knows? So
I might not. Yeah, I might have peaked.
we think you're doing great, man.
Okay, well that means
Trevor
a lot.
has his own opinions.
You're doing great, man.
Oh, wow.
Really? Think he's doing great?
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
You were saying before he came in, you thought he wasn't doing that great.
No, I think he's doing great.
What does that make you feel, Isaiah?
I mean,
imagine pretty poorly, huh?
Yeah, well,
Trevor?
Conversation changed my outlook. I was, proved me wrong.
You really brought the heat when you came in here today.
yeah, I guess.
You flipped Trevor,
Yeah.
He was saying
I flipped your
he
point
was
of
saying
view.
all this stuff about it.
And not a single guest has been able to flip me.
No.
Every
Every single guest before this, Trevor's just despised. Isaac Rowe, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for
We'll
having
get a little
me,
musical
guys.
performance.
A musical performance.
Trevor, anything to close us out?
I don't actually people don't actually disgust me. This was a wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
It sounds a little sarcastic, doesn't it? It sounded a little fake, a little performative.
Yeah, that's
It's probably the truth, though.
yeah.
Well, it's just hard to tell with you, man.
Perception's reality.
Perception is
That's
reality.
how you're perceiving it, man.
Isaac Rowe, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Trevor, what did you think of it?
That was awesome.
Thanks.
It reminded me of Ratatouille. You know
Ratatouille.
You know
Yeah,
that film?
dude. Yeah.
That's high praise from Trevor. That's a favorite film.
It is. It's true.
It's a good movie, dude.
What was that? Was it a song you wrote?
Yeah. I guess I could have sang it too. I just didn't think about it.
Play it again, man. Sing
You
it.
want me to sing it? Oh God! All right. Okay. La 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 la. All right. Sorry, I just had to warm up.
Ready one?
All right. Bittersweet inside a thing about the feeling never could complete. Going over all our past mistakes is a moment to
It's so just remember that it's for you. Everything's for you. It's there to you. Don't mistake a lesson for it hurts.
That's basically all I have so far, so. I'll probably write more words eventually.
That's obnoxious. I thought it was really good.
Thanks, man.
Isaac Rowe.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me.